Welcome to Alice the Teampreneurs Adventures in Team Academy Land, a play in which Alice, who is a curious and imaginative little girl who does not feel comfortable with traditional ways of doing and thinking about things, dreams of her own world without customs or restrictions. Scene 1, down the rabbit hole. While on holiday in Gateshead, Alice watched a wild rabbit run into a rabbit hole and she follows him. The hole takes her into Team Academy Land.
I wonder what it'd be like at university. I hated sitting in stuffy classrooms at college, listening to boring old lecturers drone on and on. I've pretty much forgotten everything I learnt already. If I was to design a university course, it would be nothing but action and learning from real-life experience. However, some theories and concepts and models might be useful, I suppose. It's a dreadfully boring world if that's what I need to understand. In fact, if I had a world, it would be much more fun and interesting. There would be no point in trying to understand anything from just books, because you have to put everything into practice. Everything about the world would be interesting. That's exactly how it would be, though. And there'd be no exams. And people would be able to do exactly what they wanted. Oh, the sun is making me so sleepy. Wake me when we go for tea.
Oh dear, I shall be too late. Oh, my ears and whiskers. Oh.
Oh, it's a rabbit. There's nothing so remarkable about that. It's just a rabbit with a waistcoat and a watch.
Oh dear, the Queen, I shall be too late.
Oh, rabbit, are you in there? I merely wanted to ask. Oh, help, I think I'm...
Need 10 people on the stage. Thank you very much.
I don't mind.
So if you could, hello. Pair up with somebody and then face each other so that you're in two rows of pairs. Yeah. So one of you is going to have your back to the audience. Yeah. So, yes. Like you're going to do a country dance. Okay. And can we have our intelligence door? We have our intelligence door there as well. Yeah. Yeah. Right, now, if you could stick out your right arm and place it on the shoulder of the person next to you in the road. Sorry, not like your partner. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Do you have any? It'll be either that end or that. Yeah. Okay. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a corridor of business opportunities, right? And you have to imagine you're going to have to do some dexterous flip chart holding. That each of these gaps is a doorway which represents a business opportunity. So who's not been opportunity? You want to have that one up?
How do I do like this?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Do you think you can hold a business opportunity in your hand at the same time you put it on the shoulder? Yeah, that's great, yeah. Yeah, you get the idea. Yeah. We've got another business opportunity coming forward. See, they just spring out of nowhere. You never know where they're going to happen next. That's all you've got to do. It doesn't get any more embarrassing than this.
It actually does.
Right, are we there? Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So, scene 2. Right. Scene 2.
Sounds right.
The corridor of business opportunities, where we explain how the team company acts as the umbrella for multiple projects and subgroups.
Where am I now? Oh dear, I'll never get back the way I came.
Oh, my ears and whiskers, it's getting too late.
Mr. Rabbit, come back. How do I... Now where did he go? All these doors are locked. Oh, if they're all up, how will I ever start business? Mr. Rabbit, are you still here, Mr. Rabbit? Oh bother, I wasn't... Oh bother, I was very much interested too.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, what have we here? This must go in one of the doors. Yeah. Okay. Oh, of course. This is the smallest door.
Yeah.
Of course it is the smallest door. Oh, what a lovely garden through there. I should very much like to see. Oh, what are these? These weren't here before. Drink me. Oh, it's very well to say drink me, but I think I ought to see if it also says poison. After all, if you drink from a bottle marked poison, it's bound to disagree with you sooner or later. Why don't you try? Try? Drink?
There's one for you.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. You're going to try it, yeah? See what happens to you? There we go.
Cringe.
Right, in order to make things simpler, in your teams, you will incorporate as a team company. This will mean you only need one kind of basic insurance policy, and you need only file one set of accounts with Companies House. You need to decide who the directors are going to be, how you divide the shares, and how you divide any money you make. It also means, like Alice here, you might be too large for some business opportunities, and perhaps not everyone in the team might all be as passionate about the same business opportunities.
Curiouser. This might end up with me going out all together like a candle. I wonder what that would be like.
So, for most projects, you will probably, business opportunities are quite noisy. Shush. So for most projects, you will probably split into smaller groups that might last a long time or a short time to make the most of a particular opportunity. It could be part of a number of, you could be part of a number of different projects at the same time. In fact, some people say it's a good idea to have one project that's about making money, one project that's about teaching you useful stuff, and one project that's your passion, your dream.
This certainly wasn't here before. Eat me? Okay, well maybe if I grow, I can reach the key, and if I grow smaller, then I can just crawl beneath the door. Either way, I'll make it into the garden. Why don't you guys try too?
I want to play us.
Right, so you can work with your teammates to decide the right size and membership of the subgroup for each business opportunity. You might need to get some insurance if your team's basic insurance policy doesn't cover it. Each of your smaller business can have its own branding and marketing strategy for it. Thank you very much, Corridor Business Opportunities.
And now I present to you.
Right, scene 3, the corporate race, in which you find out about customer weeks.
How are you feeling now?
My business still isn't trading.
In that case, I move that this meeting adjourn for the immediate adoption of more energetic remedies.
Speak English. I don't even know what half of those words mean. And I don't believe you do either.
But what I was attempting to say is that the best thing against trading would be a customer week.
What's a customer week?
That's very expensive to do it. First, I thought so. Then I stand in the middle like this.
And then what?
And everyone picks a spot along the edge. And then you run. Run.
How is this specific to anything?
What really happens is this. Don't carry on. As a team, you are challenged to maximize the number of levels you can get up. You don't need to the amount of offers you make and the amount of deals you do. Customer weeks run for a fortnight each semester. In those weeks, there was only one coaching session a week and no reading groups. You can concentrate on getting your ideas to market and putting some plans into action. Everyone stop, race is over.
Who won?
It doesn't matter. All will have prizes.
Number this way.
Scene 4, Alice meets Caterpillar. The importance of networking and guest speakers.
It's important in Team Academy land that you take an opportunity to make as many contacts as you can, both inside and outside university. And just a few questions to ask from you guys. So what do you guys think you might get out from networking?
Friends.
Friends? Yeah? What else you might get out from networking?
Business partners.
Okay, good.
Another network. Another network.
Yeah?
Learn.
Really good. Yes?
Connection.
Ideas.
Clients and, yeah?
Ideas.
Ideas?
Yeah, investment.
Investments, yeah? Really good. And is there any? Do you have any ideas why you will be useful for these people when you go to the networking events? What you might bring to them?
They could meet our needs.
Okay. Yeah.
Fresh perspective.
Yeah. That's very good. Fresh perspective. Yeah.
Friendship.
Yeah. Brilliant. And is there any ways? So how do you get to know them? How do you get to know people?
LinkedIn.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
approach them and talk about it.
Yeah. Just go and talk to them. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. So as you see, the networking is a really important skill to develop, and you need to be brave because it can be a little daunting to start talking to people you don't know. To network effectively, you need to know who you are.
Pardon me, ma'am, but who are you? I beg your pardon. Who are you? Well, I hardly know, ma'am. I knew who I was when I woke this morning, but I've changed several times since then.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Well, it's confusing. Sometimes I'm a student, and sometimes I think I'm an entrepreneur. Maybe I should be called a teampreneur.
I do not see.
I cannot put it any more clearly, because it isn't clear to me. Being so many different kinds of people in one day is very confusing.
No, it's not.
How do you mean? Be different. All I know is that it feels very queer to me, but I think I'm starting to like it. Perhaps you want to tell me who you are first.
Why?
This is getting me nowhere. I've never been so contradicted in all my life.
Come back. I have something important to say.
Oh dear, well what is it?
Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So you think you'd like to know who I am?
Well, yes, I would. Perhaps I could invite you to be a guest speaker for Team Academy Newcastle, because I'm sure you have an interesting tale to tell. But I would need to know who you are first.
What kind of person would you like to be?
I would like to be more like an entrepreneur. At times a student is such a wretched thing to be.
You might get used to it in time, but don't get too used to it. One last thing. One side will make you more of an entrepreneur.
One side of what?
The mushroom. The other side will make you more of a student. Good luck.
Goodbye. Thanks for your help. I wonder if I should eat some of the mushroom.
Do you want to, is the front of house? The front of house can be here. This can be the door.
Right. We're ready for this. Excellent. Scene 5, coaching conversations. Conversations with the Cheshire.
I wonder who lives in this house. Hello, may I ask who lives here? Me? So who lives here?
The Duchess.
Well, may I speak with the Duchess, please?
You may.
Well, could you open the door for me?
I could.
Okay, will you open the door for me?
I will.
Hello, Duchess. Would you tell me why your cat grins like that?
Cheshire cat. Why?
I didn't know that Cheshire cats grin. In fact, I didn't know that cats could grin at all.
Well, they all can, and most of them do.
I don't know of any that do.
You don't do much, that's a fact.
Cheshire cat, would you please tell me where I ought to go from here?
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
I don't much care where.
Then it doesn't matter at all which way you go.
Well, so long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that, if you only walk long enough.
What sort of people live about here?
In that direction lives a Mad Hatter, and in that direction a March Hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to go amongst mad people.
Oh, you can't help it. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know that I'm mad?
You must be mad, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Your coach will ask loads of questions, and sometimes it will be maddening. But you are in charge of the coaching sessions, not the coach. As a team, you may want to decide who will lead each coaching session and sketch out a rough agenda to include some fun activities too. Through the process of dialogue, you will learn to work in your coaching sessions to reflect on your experiences, discover what you don't know, and learn to learn.
Team meetings. As well as 2 coaching sessions a week, which we've just been talking about, you'll also have as well as 2 coaching sessions a week, you'll also have 2 team meetings. There won't be any academic members of staff there. This time is for you as a team to make decisions and do things for your team company that need to be done together. It's up to you how you use that time. Right, so this is scene 6. The Mad Hatter's Tea Party, reading group sessions.
As well as coaching sessions and team meetings, you will have reading groups. These have just been introduced this year. They are small groups with an academy member of staff, where you talk about what you have read and share what have you written. In Team Academy Land, you are expected to read about 1 book a month and 1 journal a week. You should write a book report after reading anything. It might be just a chapter of a book, or the whole book, or an article from the website. You need to submit these reports with your assessed work for book points. Each module you take requires you to achieve a certain number of book points.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea.
Excuse me, may I sit down?
No room.
There is no room. There's plenty of room.
No room indeed. No room.
There's plenty of room.
Would you like to hear what I wrote about this book?
I don't see any book reports.
There aren't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer me to read one.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited. How many book points do you get for a book report on 1 book chapter?
I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you know the answer to it?
Yes, exactly.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. It's the same thing.
No, it's not. You might as well say that I like what I get is the same. What is I like? I get what I want.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea. Scene 7, the Queen's Rose Garden generator sessions. In the Customer Week sessions, there are 2 generator sessions. One is for your team to focus on itself and how it might be more effective, and the other is for your team to focus on a real problem or opportunity presented by an external business person. For each generator session, you'll be briefed at 9 o'clock, and then you will have until 2 o'clock to generate new knowledge about your team or about the opportunity presented to you by the external business. You'll need to be ready to present your output then too, which will be evaluated by all the other team companies.
What a lovely garden. Such beautiful roses. I hope I don't run into the Queen though, if everything people say about her is true.
Come on quickly, you fools. Finish painting or it will be our heads.
Careful, don't spill.
Pardon me.
Oh, thank goodness, I thought you were the Queen.
The Queen?
Where?
The Queen isn't here, it's just a little girl.
Yes, I wanted to ask what you were doing here.
It's a generator session. We're painting the roses red.
Why on earth are you painting the roses red?
Well, you see, the Queen wanted red roses, but she's got white ones instead.
Okay.
Oh no!
What's happening?
Queen!
Oh dear.
Queen is coming! Queen's coming!
Quick, go!
My name is Alice, Your Majesty.
And who are these?
How should I know? know, it's no business of mine.
How dare you? Off with their heads.
Nonsense.
Scene 8, the trial. Houston calling.
Every couple of weeks or so, the Team Academy Newcastle gets together to share what's been going on. This is called Houston Calling. Each time, a different team is in charge and can run a session how they like, as long as some point all the teams give an update on their business results and some latest news. Silence! The Houston Calling is about to commence. Commence.
What are the results of your team companies?
We got 15 book points.
And we have a fantastic speaker book. You all must come. It's me.
We turned over £148 and 16 pence. We had 100% attendance in our coaching.
We've written up 15 customer visits.
We made 20 pence profit.
Very good, everyone. You may sit down.
I'd rather finish my tea.
Well, off with his head.
Scene 9, in which Alice awakes from her dream. Module and program structure, TLPs, assessment briefs, and blackboard. Wake up, my dear Alice. My, what a long sleep you've had.
The Queen, help me!
Alice, calm yourself. You've only been asleep.
Asleep. Oh, I had such a curious dream. There was a rabbit in a waistcoat, a cat that vanished into thin air, and the whole country was ruled by the Queen of Hearts, who kept ordering beheadings left and right. And there were these Houston callings and customer week and coaching sessions and reading groups, and well, it just didn't sound like a degree program at all.
Well, it is really only not like any other kind of degree program. You'll still have modules, and each module has a learning plan, and each module has assignments that must be submitted. And you can find all these documents on the Blackboard site. You need 120 credits to pass the year, and all the modules in each year add up to 120 credits. You need 360 credits to get a degree, but the details of all the modules will be explained to you in the timetable sessions, and your coach will always be there to help you.
So I can get a normal degree in Team Academy land, but without any of those boring lectures. It certainly sounds like university will be much more interesting than college. I think I've got a much better chance of remembering what I learn here. You know, it sounds exactly like a university course that I would design myself. Nothing but action and learning from real life experiences, plus reading and writing about some relevant theories and concepts and models that my practical experience will bring to life. In fact, I think it will be really fun and interesting. In fact, everything about the world is actually interesting. That's exactly how it is. And there's no exams. And people can do whatever they feel. I'm going to have the best time ever.